What's going on, everybody? It's Retro Handhelds 24. Someone asked if I could get Witcher 3, or does Witcher 3 work on the RG557? It does. Let me turn up the volume here. The settings are kind of weird. It's really snappy, but the frames are low, and these are low settings, but it does look really clean. This resolution's at 720. Let's forget it's in here. So if we go to options, go to graphics, I have all this off, and then even low still has that on, which won't, like, yep, took away a couple frames, but not much. I don't know if, like, you guys can see it, but like, everything's so detailed. So let's see what we can do. Oop. Close out of that, close out of that. Alright. So like I said, it was 720. This is, I believe they chose fast. Yeah. I mean, we could put it in performance. Ooh, this thing, I don't have the fan on, but you know, we'll turn the fan out. So let's get that crazy thing going. Alright. So now we have the fan going. Like, that was causing, like, a lot of heat. That I can feel it right here. It's transferring right around the buttons, like right when I hold it. We'll keep it on fast. We'll try performance. I don't know, there's not much else to do here. I used Proton, that worked and didn't crash, so that's good. And then 4 gigs RAM, I didn't choose a CPU translator. But, you know, this is a relatively small screen, so we'll go down to the 940 or the 960 by 544. This resolution always looks good. Gotta make sure you have that. Alright, let's see if we could get like 30 frames a second. I mean, I shouldn't complain because it works. And honestly, like, as time goes on, I shouldn't even say time, as like days go by, this device becomes more and more less regrettable of a purchase, because of the support from Gamehub, even Winlater for Mali GPUs, and more or less Eden, which we're going to go over too, which came with I don't know how to explain it. It's like the settings are still kind of, at least for Mali GPUs, they're kind of still pointless. They're not too helpful, I want to say. This will take a while too, so I'll pause the video. But besides the settings, just overall compatibility with games and this, that's where it really shines. And we're gonna take a look at some Switch games too. Alright, I'll pause it. This is gonna take a minute. Alright. So maybe we'll get closer to 30. The settings are still low. But we are using a lower resolution. We got the fan going. I do have it charging, but we don't need the charger. Besides, you can see how much power you're going to be using to get this game running. 10 watts. Alright, so 25. Gain like 3 frames by lowering the resolution. 4 frames. Skip this.
What's it matter?
It's just crazy because this game looks so much better with the PC version playing on this versus I'm sure we could get the Switch version working too. It's just gonna look so bad, you know. I don't know if I have the Switch version on here, but I'm gonna test that out. Oh, no, I always forget how to run.
Old witch. Gosh. He's looking down. Jeez. Don't get mad at him. Why let you like monster?
A lot of skipping.
I'll see. You go. Think drowners or striggers go in your shoes. Sorry's not good enough. You're...
It never is.
Come on.
Shall we run the wall?
Of course. Is a Witcher school or an elven bathhouse?
To the bottom.
Maybe if you fall.
Alright. Getting, looks like a, oh, B. I'm getting 30 frames. It's like I don't, well,
What did I tell you about
it looks so good that you could drop the resolution more, but it's like, I don't think we'll get to 60.
I cut it out.
But it moves in place so well. It's like hard to, you know, it doesn't feel like 30 frames or less than 30 frames. But again, the real problem is, besides my terrible gameplay, is these little baby joysticks. The little
Run into trouble. Should I turn back and help you?
little flick firing sticks here.
I win.
Your legs are longer. So let's just need to throw a bit.
Okay, I think it may have crashed. But that's okay. Not bad. Not bad for Gamehub. Not bad for that game. And not bad for the RG557. I want to do it one more time. But this time, use that. Use that. And I'm going to pause it so we get to actual gameplay and see how it goes. Alright. So we're going to use a different setup and see if it's any better. And surprise, surprise, we're getting past 30 frames with just that little switch. But there are more stutters going on. And we lost music, or sound I should say. Interesting. So I switched it from Proton 10, which again was recommended, and DXVK I went from 10 point whatever to the 1.7 because that seems to be the go-to for Mali GPUs in a lot of games. So our frame rates are just a little bit better. I didn't change resolution, but don't have sound, and there are some like micro stutters. But we're close to like 40 frames a second, which is nuts. And I mean, again, like the Switch version, it just can't compare to this, even with less frames. It looks so much better. But that's enough of that. I'll just go over what I did in case you guys are interested. So you could try this out, these two, but what it did recommend was that one, not the regular one, the async one. And it didn't recommend this, it recommended that. So just keep that in mind. It's in performance mode, system driver. Again, I chose this one, worked, no crashing, and then I did 4 gigs RAM. Maybe you can even lower that, I'm not sure. There's not too many options in the graphics settings in the game, so it is what it is. Let's go to Eden. So I haven't revisited Switch in a while, especially on this device. I'm not gonna touch this game because I'm still not done working on that game, trying to find like the best possible settings. And then on top of that, like, I'm trying to see if there's anything else we can add to the game to help it. So I'm still working on that. But this game it just blows my mind. So let's see. Main thing you gotta do is change the accuracy level to high, and this game works perfectly. What we're gonna do is the new feature that a lot of people I don't see really going over is that in graphics, no longer do you have to put it in dock mode. Whatever dock mode does besides increasing it from 720 to 1080, it does something else to the system, like I figured would increase performance because it's dock mode, but it really just puts a strain on the device. So they made a 1080p 1.5 so you can play 1080p without putting it in dock mode. So that's what we're going to do today. And then probably later in the week I'll show you the difference between 1080p this way or 1080p in dock mode, because there is a difference visually. So the settings I have are just, standard Mali settings. The ones you can choose. So just these. I turn sharpness down. Audio's QB. Debug, I left it on auto, make it easy. And then Eden's Veil. So if you have an Odin 2 or a Retroid, a Snapdragon basically, you can enable this, and then you can enable these two features, and the fidelity looks better, and there is improvements with this. Keep that in mind. But for this video, we're just going to keep them off. This is on by default. We can leave this on. We can also turn it off, but for this game we'll leave it on. I've been testing the waters and been trying games out without this on, and there is an improvement with speed and performance, but we'll come back to that later. Just standard default GPU, CPU. Now this one, it's on uncompressed, so try to think this, they have them in weird order. So low is for the best performance, medium is obviously medium performance, and this one is going to be like basically what it says. Recompressed improved compatibility and performance. Enabling this option saves VRAM but lowers texture quality. So we'll do medium, so it's like right in the middle, but we can obviously get more out of the virtual RAM. Gonna make it aggressive. This I'm still working on, but for this video we're just gonna leave it on the default setting, which is never. But you'd be surprised when you have this on always and you're, everything's GPU, because this thing has a very strong GPU versus the CPU. You do get increased performance, but it's still work in progress for me from just messing around. And then we're going to do the fast CPU time, and then we're going to do it to 2000, and then the ticks are going to be right under the 21,000, so just scroll it to closest to 21,000 because we're going to try that out. This is on by default. We could turn this on, but we're going to make it easy. And this one I'm going to leave off because this thing's pretty strong as it is, and for this video we're just gonna leave it off until I see substantial improvement from synchronizing all the cores, and that's it. So it's not too much, and in these settings it doesn't really show, so we'll get out of here. We're gonna use the Dimensity 8100, but this is the one you should be using for this device, because you'll see in the top right corner, this is the Vulkan driver you want to use for the Mali GPU for the Dimensity 8300. I do have this one on there too. I heard it's good, but again, need to do more testing. But for this one, we'll just do the Dimensity 8100 Ultra. So this game, Red Dead Redemption, such a pain in the butt, but now with Eden this game is very playable. And again, we're going to do it at 1080p and see how it goes. And whatever it is with Eden, I can never turn up the volume in the game, so hopefully it's loud enough. But as you can see, Mali G615. Oh, that's plenty loud. But it's cool because we can see our temps at least. 35, that's pretty hot. Ooh, but you don't feel it. Oh, and speed limit should be up to 400%. Some games it works really well. In other games, I don't feel like it even gets affected. I don't know if that's because of those settings in Eden. But look at this. Oh. Dang it. Yeah, I have the controls on Xbox mode, so whatever. This is nuts. And it's nuts because it's playing at 1080p. There's no glitching. There's no stuttering. The horses are there. They're not invisible. It's just crazy. Now, obviously, if you want to play this game for real on here, there's not much you need to do. You can follow the settings that I put up there, or you could do your own thing, but you do need to keep the accuracy level to high because it will kind of like glitch out. So if we take it down to like 720, or heck, we'll do 0.75. See if there's an improvement with frame rates, or if the game will crash. Alright, 0.75. Start it up. Let's see if they could catch it before it loads up. Oh, Jesus. Give it a second to catch up. Like I said, these smaller screens, it's hard to tell when it's at 0.75. So I mean, yeah, our frame rates went up a little bit. Still not a locked 30. Sometimes it goes up to. Now we're past 30. I mean, that's nuts. We'll play a little bit. We'll see how it goes. I mean, this is amazing. We're doing better than we did a couple months ago on the Portal on the RG557. And that's not to say that this game won't play better on the Portal. Probably could tweak the settings to get even higher frame rates. Right now we're above 30. Just nuts. This is all thanks to the devs at Eden. I mean, we're still above 30. So I don't want to play too much of this because now I'm curious for the other games, but I haven't really tested anything else out. Um, oh, it's like hard to pick. Like what I know, bright memory doesn't work well. We could try Doom. I doubt this is gonna work. I mean, it'll load, but I don't think we'll get to the actual gameplay. But who knows? If we could get past this, I'll be impressed. Nah. We could try Assassin's Creed. This is another one that it'll load up, but it's hard to get past the title screen. Oh, pressing B. No. Yep. Should we try how it works? This game was such a pain. Nope. Oh, I know what we can do. Do I have it on here? Yeah. Alright. Let's do this. Alright, so... Oh, you know what, too? I was not paying attention, but... Okay. So it's 1080p non-dock mode. Load it up. Okay. So let's see. It's gonna be hard. I'll try to get it on camera. And also, I think I was using a different driver. It looks pretty clean. But when we put it in dock mode at 720, it just looks a little cleaner. So let's go here. Dark mode. And for this one, keep that the way it is. Or turn this one on, and we'll turn this one on. We'll see how that works. Oop. I think I was doing this on the portable. But, well, I mean, let's see if those couple settings will increase performance. Otherwise, then this is definitely going to be... Oh yeah, I mean, look, we got the fog now. But we're playing like half speed. Oh. Yeah, my bad, guys. Just turn high accuracy down to normal for this game. There you go. We're playing Super Mario dock mode, 1080p. A-doo-be-doo-be-doo-be. And without normal accuracy on, we'll get close to full speed. But I mean, like, it's the 1080p versus the dock mode 1080p. There is a slight difference. It's just cleaner with the dock mode. Oh, good. So not bad. And if we take it out, close it, go back into it, go here, take it out of dog mode, should be in 720. I still want to do this one though. Start it up. And if you want even more performance, if you take that, play the game at the highest resolution CPU mode in Eden's Vale, you'll get even more performance, but it'll look crappier. So what you do is you put it at a higher resolution, like 1080p. This is what I was doing with Tears of the Kingdom. Put it at 1080p, turn that off, and then, oh yeah, this is way. We could probably get away with 720, but this is more secure, I feel. You know what, I was playing with the portal because I remember my frames were like in the 70s and 80s, and I was like, man, I haven't played this in a while like this. So because of our screen, just like the Pocket S2, I'll be getting sometime, hopefully in the future, a week or two, whenever ANEO decides to ship it out. I'm gonna suffer the same problem with even, you know, more performance. It's not gonna matter if I can't go past 60 with a 60 hertz screen. That's why the Portal is like such a good buy. It's because of the 120 hertz, and if you like emulating stuff, I mean, you're gonna get more frames because your screen can go higher than 60. Some emulators will tell you you're getting higher frame rates, but you're not gonna really be able to tell or notice it, just in general. But if it's a 60 hertz screen, you're not gonna like feel 80 frames a second. You're gonna feel the 60, but so yeah, I mean, like, obviously this plays pretty much like perfect at this point. You could probably get away with 720, like I said. Get that game working. I know we got it working on Simu, but did I try this game? I don't. Oh, was it like hell to the no? Yep, hell to the no. Yeah, I'm not just gonna keep selecting games. I don't know if they're gonna work or not. But I will find Witcher 3, the Switch versions, on one of my SD cards. I don't think Mortal Kombat will work, but it's on here, might as well. Or it's on this SD card. There's things we could tweak, but I'm not gonna just keep you on here watching or waiting for it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop there. I mean, nevertheless, even with the one game, and it's like across the board of all chipsets, this game works for sure now, and it works well. So there wasn't much we needed to do for this game to work on this device. It literally was just changing this from normal to high accuracy. But you've seen, like, from high or from normal to high in Odyssey, it was like 30 to 60 or 30 to close to 60, or there was like a boost like of 20 frames when we switched back to normal. So keep that in mind. So the fact that we have to use that on high and we're still getting like 30 plus frames with that resolution is just amazing. You got to give them props. Eden, they're cooking. You know, I may not find Eden's Veil to be super useful. I mean, maybe not so much with this device just yet, but there are settings in there that definitely improve visuals and theoretically performance as well. So if you take this off, you can get a boost in performance, but then it'll look like crap. And then on top of that, if you mess around with this, you don't leave it at uncompressed, you do like BC1 low quality, you're gonna see it. It's gonna look super pixelated, and you're gonna look at your what graphics you have it at, 720 or what have you, and you'll be like, what's going on? 1080, like, what's going on? Why does it look so crappy? Yeah, it's because of this, the rendering. So you can play around with this, but just keep in mind, if you go to low, right, and then you turn that off, you'll get a boost in performance, but increase the resolution may not, it will like equal out to looking like crap. And I'll get Tears of the Kingdom set up and I'll show you an example. Like, we could get decent gameplay with that game now if you follow those settings, you play around with that on this device, but it's at a cost of like visuals. So, and there's still stutters, but even Tears of the Kingdom plays a lot better on here now. That maybe I'll show that off tomorrow. I'm just gonna try to work on it more tonight to get it like the best that I can to show it off versus just do this, do that, and it kind of works, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to show off Witcher 3 does work on here, and Red Dead Redemption works fairly well on here, as well as across the board of all devices. You know, your RP5s, your RP Flip 2s, your Odins, and even your RG557. So very cool stuff. They're definitely cooking. Gamehub is cooking, definitely for the Mali GPUs. Like I said, I was finding no luck with this thing for the longest time, and it wasn't even the sticks really. It was just the compatibility was just not there, and I knew it had the power and stuff. It's just there wasn't much for me to use it for because I'm not gonna really play retro games on here, or stream for that matter, because I have so many things to stream from, and this is the smallest screen. But now this thing is like, if you were on the fence of getting it, I mean, get it. If you could get it for like under 250, get it. It's worth it. The chipset in here is only going to get more compatible with other things, and as long as Gamehub, you know, I think I don't know if they have a contract or something, but they're cooking with Mali GPUs. It's even on the thing, it says that they're going to bring Mali GPU support, especially for Dimensity chips. I think higher though, but still 8300 still works fantastic. It's worth it because you're going to get away with a lot, especially with Gamehub and PC games. More to come, so stay tuned. And again, thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great rest of your night. Take care.